this is John Cola with OKRaw.com. Today I have another exciting episode for you, and today we're going to actually give you guys a tour of my fruit palace, but more importantly, this is the video to let you guys know how I get through the winter eating a plant-based raw foods diet. So, many people might think, hey, John, during the winter, fruits dry up. There's not that many. But you know what? If you look hard enough, and I'll give you some tips in this video to share with you how I do this, you can get a wide variety of fruits during the winter besides just apples and bananas, and maybe even some dates. So anyways, what we're going to do is actually give you guys a tour of literally all the different varieties of fruits that I'm eating this winter, actually right now in January. So let's come along and check out some of these cool fruits. Now I'm going to give you a tour of the very fruits that I'm eating right now in the winter time. So the first thing I want to share with you guys is that I want you guys to have abundance in your life. Abundance in your financial life, abundance in your love life, abundance in everything in your life, including the fruits. So that's my first tip to you is, to be successful in the raw foods lifestyle, you want to have a wide variety and mass quantities of fruits available at all times so that you'll eat this stuff instead of the junky stuff that we don't want you guys eating. So I'm very happy to say that I have a lot of different varieties of fruits right now, and besides just having the oranges, I have a whole bunch of other citrus, because citrus is what is in season in the winter time in the warmer climates. Before I go on, I want to talk about eating seasonally and eating locally. So if you're eating seasonally, you're going to eat things that are in season, although they might not be in season in your neck of the woods. And if you're eating locally, you're going to eat things that are local in your neck of the woods. So I prefer to eat locally and seasonally whenever possible. But in the winter, especially depending on where you live, that may be challenging. Most of the fruit that actually I have here is actually grown in California. There are a few exceptions. So I try to focus on mostly local. If I can't do mostly local, of course, I'm going to get things that are in season in other parts of the world. Because I don't want to just stick to local foods, because I'm sticking to local foods only, you're going to miss out on a lot of nutrients and calories and fun calories from other parts of the world that actually may have other fruits that aren't growing in your climate, especially, this is especially important in the winter time to make it. So the other thing I want to say is that you might have noticed that my little fruit display looks like a produce counter, and that's what I would encourage you guys to do, is to make your fruit displays in your home look like a produce counter, because once again, we want to create that abundance effect. So literally I have each kind of fruit in a little box, and if you want to duplicate what I'm doing here, I'll share with you guys how to do that. So what you're going to do is you're going to get these little boxes here, and these boxes are available for free at your local warehouse club store like Costco, Sam's, or BJ's. They ship the different produce items to Costco, Sam's, and BJ's in these boxes. Now you may buy some produce there as well, but I just go there and pick up a whole bunch of these boxes, so I have boxes that are all identical, so this makes it look really nice. Also, these boxes are nice because they actually stack on top of each other, so when transporting them, or if you don't want to crush your fruit down below, I always encourage you guys to get your fruits out of the plastic bags and out of the plastic containers as soon as possible, because the plastic doesn't let the moisture out, and there may be problems if you keep your fruits in there too long. Like some of the oranges actually were packed in plastic and they start to basically go bad faster. So we want to get them out so that the fruits can breathe. Just like you wouldn't be able to breathe if you're in a plastic bag, neither can the fruits, and the fruits need to respirate. So yeah, pick up some of these boxes and you'll be able to set them up and look pretty similar to this for free. And also, when they get kind of moldy, sometimes you get some bad fruit that goes bad in here. I just go ahead and recycle these or compost these and get some more, because I always have a ton of them at Costco where I get these guys. Next, I want to talk about my specific diet. So I'm on a plant-based raw foods diet, and the majority of my calories come from carbohydrates. That's no secret. And I encourage you guys that you want to eat a high percentage of carbohydrates in your diet. So the main sources of calories in some of these diets could be carbohydrates, fats, or protein. So I tend to actually eat much more carbohydrates than the other two. So the kind of carbohydrates you eat is also very important. All carbohydrates are not created equal. I actually encourage you guys, and what I do is I eat unrefined carbohydrates. So these are the carbohydrates that have the complete package, including the fiber, the vitamins and minerals in one package. You know, refined carbohydrates are things like extracted white sugar and white flours and other highly processed foods, even including raw foods like, you know, for me, agave nectar, agave syrup in a package is a refined carbohydrate. It's not in nature's packaging. It's a lot of sugar without a lot of nutrition. So just because it's raw doesn't mean it's healthy. So we want to eat unrefined whole carbohydrates as found in fruits and vegetables and other natural foods as they would be found in nature. The first fruit I'm going to share with you is pretty much a common fruit that you guys should be able to find wherever you live in the United States actually. We got some navel oranges, and you might be noticing, hey John, there's a difference in color on the navels you got. I mean, you got the kind over here, and then these kind over here, and they're different shades. I mean, is one riper than the other or not? Well, I want to let you guys know that just like apples come in different varieties, like Fuji apples, Red Delicious apples, Golden Delicious apples, Honeycrisp apples, Cameo apples, so do the navel oranges, but unfortunately, most of the time they're just labeled navel orange in the store, and you don't actually know the actual cultivar or the variety. So when picking navel oranges, I always like to pick, you know, ones that are a little bit soft, but also heavy. You don't want them being too light because they could be, you know, really old. And, you know, I like the dark orange colors, you know, the colors that are more attractive to your eye. So I have over 100 pounds of navel oranges here. And you might be thinking, hey, John, that sounds like a lot of oranges. You really eat all that? Well, let me tell you something. I mean, I could literally juice like 5 pounds, 6 pounds for just one sitting of juice, and then they're gone. So I like to have a lot of them on hand. The other thing I want to mention, you guys, is that, you know, this one actually has the organic sticker here, and these actually are organic but don't have the organic sticker. Actually, the majority of the produce I have here is actually organic, and I encourage you guys to support organic agriculture whenever possible. On some of the items I have here, actually, it's very hard to find, if not impossible to find, organic. So I will get conventional produce items that are on the clean 15 list, or ones that I would not be eating because you just literally can't find some of these things. Actually, one of them I'm thinking over there, organic. So the main way I use these oranges are primarily for juicing. You know, I mean, if I didn't have any other citrus fruits, I'd probably eat some of them, but I prefer some tastier citrus fruits to eat. So let's get into some of those next. The next fruits I want to talk about that help get me through the winter are these guys right here. And you might be thinking, hey John, are those grapefruits? And yes, these are all organic grapefruits. And you know, I have two different kinds. I have a standard white grapefruit and the pink grapefruit here. And I prefer the pink grapefruits over the whites because they have a much more higher levels of carotenoids or antioxidants in there. Although they both have that bitter aftertaste that some people may not like. So for that reason, I got some other kinds of citrus fruits similar to grapefruits. And let's check those out. So we got these two standard ones, and then over here we got some of these guys. These guys are actually called Oro Blancos. So these Oro Blancos are a cross between a pomelo and a grapefruit. So they don't have that bitter aftertaste. And actually these guys, they got a lot of rind on them. So that's really good if you're juicing, because we're just gonna cut off the coloring of the outside and juice the rind and the inside to get all those rich bioflavonoids and other nutrients that are contained in the white pith of the Oro Blanco. Besides the Oro Blanco, which are cool, the next one is my favorite grapefruit style fruit overall. And actually, these guys are actually called the cocktail grapefruit. Now, why are they called the cocktail grapefruit? Well, I don't know, maybe they put them in cocktails, but I like these guys particularly because they're excessively sweet and they don't have that bitter grapefruit aftertaste. And that's because this is a cross between a mandarin and a sweet pomelo. But these are called cocktail grapefruit. So yes, these are absolutely delicious. I love just making straight cocktail grapefruit juice. It's so sweet with very little acidity as well. So I guess next, let's move on to the next two fruits, which I actually eat more out of hand. These guys, I'll still mainly juice them. Next, I'm going to talk about some fruits that I like to eat out of hand. Up till now, all the citrus that I was talking about, I prefer to juice, although I can't eat, but you might want to call me a citrus fruit snob, or maybe just a fruit snob, because I only like to eat things that are going to taste really good. And while those guys do taste pretty good, I prefer these guys much more. So what we're going to talk about next are these guys right here, and actually they are called mandarin oranges. And some people get these confused with tangerines. Now, tangerines are a kind of mandarin orange. So these mandarins that I have right here, I don't know actually the variety because they weren't actually labeled, but they're absolutely delicious. They have actually relatively few, if any, seeds and are quite sweet and actually pretty much almost acid-free if ripe. And I want to talk about that for a second. I mean, you guys may not be lucky to be able to pick your own fruit off a tree or buy it directly from the farmer that's picking fruit ripe, or because you guys are buying it at the local grocery store. And when they have to, pick the fruit, transport it, and then sell it to you, they're picking it before its peak ripeness. And before the peak ripeness, guess what? Higher acid, and also that means less sugar. So anyways, and that means it's just not as good. So whenever eating citrus fruits, I highly encourage you guys actually to brush your teeth and take care of your dental work there, because I have had some challenges with too much acid on my teeth. So that's why I like the lower acid varieties of the fruits, and that's why I'm actually covering some of the ones and talking about some of the ones that I am today. So these guys are completely ripe. They're very low acid, and that pretty much goes with any citrus, although certain varieties of citrus are less acid than others. So besides these guys right here, which are actually the mandarins, we got these guys right here, and actually these guys are called tangelos. So then tangelos are a cross between the mandarin and a grapefruit. So these guys actually, you could still eat them out of hand, although I do prefer to juice these a little bit more, but I'll still eat these guys because at least they're better than navels, navel oranges. So these guys are actually really good. These are called Orlando tangelos. They also make Mineolo tangelos, and those are also good for juicing. And in many cases, they are less expensive than the tangerines because these actually produce much more in abundance on the tree. Next, we're going to talk about more tangerines, and actually my favorite kind of tangerine that I've tasted up until this point, and it's right here. This is actually called the honey tangerine, more specifically the California honey tangerine. The code on there is 94055. And these guys are actually very delicious. They're actually really seedy, which I don't mind. Some people don't like to eat seedy fruits, and a lot of the mandarins may not have seeds, but this guy has a ton of seeds, but you'll deal with the seeds when you get to the flavor. The flavor is probably like nothing else. It's one of the sweetest tangerines that I've ever laid my taste buds on. And they're quite juicy and quite delicious. Now, you don't want to confuse these with honey murcots or just standard honey tangerines from Florida, because actually that's a different variety of the tangerine, and that's not the honey tangerine that I'm talking about. So these guys, you got to make sure they're from California. These guys are also relatively low in acid, especially when they're ripe. Next, I want to talk about these citrus right back, talking about low acid. And it's these guys. You might be thinking, John, what is that, like a lemon or something like that? No! These guys are actually called sweet limes. These are actually very delicious. It's like a cross between a sweet lemon and also a lime. So these are actually called sweet limes. When they're ripe, they're going to be yellow, not green like your standard limes. And most limes, if they remained on the tree longer, they would turn yellow and not stay green. So when you're eating green limes, you're eating unripe fruit, and I don't want you guys doing that because that's higher acid, means jacks up your teeth more. But in any case, these guys are probably like the most acid-free citrus that I know of. Literally, when you juice these guys, it makes like a nice citrus water that I could drink like water with virtually no acidity. I actually have a really good friend that is basically allergic to the citric acid in citrus, and I made a dressing with these guys and some macadamia nuts for him, and normally he doesn't eat citrus, but I'm like, Kailash, you gotta try this stuff, no acid in these. And he was unaffected, so that's definitely a good testament to these guys. So these guys are relatively rare. If you are in different ethnic markets, like a Hispanic market, an Indian market, or a Persian, market like specialty store, grocery store, they may have these guys, and they'll definitely know about them because these fruits are used in those cultures. These guys, for me, you can eat them out of hand once again, but they're not so sweet because actually they probably have a lower sugar content, which means less carbs. So if you're trying to carb up, you're not going to carb up on sweet limes, but you are going to get a delicious, rich citrus juice that, in my opinion, is far better than any water and adds a nice citrus flavor that you've never tasted. So we have a few more citrus fruits that I want to go over with you guys, and they're just right in this little area. I don't have them in mass quantities. We got some more mandarins with a zipper skin. So these mandarins are really nice because literally you can just peel this off, and you know it's not going to be dripping and getting all messy for you when you're eating them. So I like these a little bit, but you know they're just not as good as some of the other citrus I have. In addition, we just got some of the standard like lemons. And these are called Meyer lemons. So I like the Meyer lemons because they're a little bit less acidic and a little bit sweeter, but not as sweet as the sweet limes than the standard lemons in the store. And once again, when you pick lemons, you want them, get them as dark and yellow as possible. The final citrus fruit that I have today are these guys right here. These guys are called blood oranges, or Tarraco blood oranges. Many people may have not seen these before, and actually I want to cut this open and show you guys actually how beautiful it is on the inside. So let's go ahead and take a knife here and cut this in half real quick. And check it out, look at that in there. Super pretty. Now these guys could even get a lot darker. So the reason why I like the blood oranges is because especially when you're juicing citrus and you don't want to mix another kind of fruit in there, you could juice these guys and these will make your citrus juice look like a purple pinkish color, and that's really a trip. Also, they have a really unique flavor, and because of the different color, the purple pink color, they're much higher in antioxidants, so that's definitely really cool. So that'll round out the rest of the citrus. So up until now you saw 12 varieties of the citrus fruits that I'm eating this winter. Many of you guys may only be eating navel oranges or one kind, but I want to encourage you guys to try all the different kinds. Depending on where you live, you may have a whole bunch of different mandarins available this time of year. And if you can't find it at your local store, ask the produce guy to see if they could order other varieties for you, or check other stores in your area, especially the ethnic markets, Asian markets, you know, Hispanic markets, Indian markets, and things like that, because they may have some of these unique and uncommon citrus that you can't find in other places. So eat a wide variety and it's gonna taste better, but also give you more nutrition, because certain fruits may have, you know, different nutrients than others. So anyways, next let's get out of the citrus, because that's, you know, the majority of what I'm eating right now, because they're in season and they're really cheap. And actually, let's talk about prices. The majority of what I bought here is organic, and on average I think I'm probably about at 68 cents per pound. So for organic fruits, that's actually an amazing deal, especially considering all the varieties. And oh, on these sweet limes are actually organic, and it's very rare to find organic sweet limes, so I thought that was really cool. Anyways, now that we're out of the citrus, let's get into some other cool fruits that I'm eating. So one of those are these guys right here. These are actually called cactus fruits, cactus pears, also called tunas. These are often imported from Mexico, but I'm proud to say these guys are actually California grown. So I like the cactus fruits because they actually are, they impart a nice flavor to my juices. So I usually juice the cactus fruit, and maybe I'll make like a coconut milk and make a coconut milk cactus fruit juice. It's totally delicious. So the cactus fruit, once again, is high in antioxidants. I like to eat my foods of color, so besides just eating standard oranges, get the blood oranges because they have a nice red tinge. Anything that has a nice color and colorful tinge to it looks pleasing to our eyes, but also is really good for us, because these are the different phytochemicals and phytonutrients that are protective for us in so many different ways that are not even researched yet. There are studies that show that the cactus fruit can help with things like blood sugar issues and other things, but you know what? I don't really care about the benefits. I just want to eat a wide variety and let my body figure it out, and I just know that it's healthy. So besides these cactus fruits I have here, which primarily I juice because they are actually quite seedy, and you can swallow the seeds if you're going to be eating them. And I want to share with you guys a really quick tip here. If you're picking these guys out to buy in a store, you want to not pick them like this. I bought these by the case, actually, at the wholesale produce terminal, so I don't really get to pick through them by singles. If you're buying them in bulk, I get a much better deal this way, so I can deal with a few that aren't optimally ripe. But if I'm hand selecting them at the store, paying top dollar, I'm going to be sure I'm going to get the absolute ripest fruit possible. And that goes with anything I'm buying. So if you're getting these and picking them by the each, you want to get them that are quite dark. So these are like a dark red color, and you can see this one is still like actually really green. So I would never pick this one out to buy at the store unless it was the last one I really just wanted to eat it. So yeah, the darker the fruit, the better on these cactus fruits. And also you want it a little bit soft, but not too soft and mushy. So this guy is actually probably an excellent specimen that actually tastes good. So once again, when they're riper, they taste sweeter. And when they taste sweeter, it's more enjoyable. But also, when they're riper, they have more antioxidants and more phytochemicals and phytonutrients for you. So the next fruit we're going to get into are these guys in the back here. And these are just your standard papayas. So the standard papayas help get me through the winter time when there's not a whole lot of other local fruits. So these guys are actually grown in Mexico. And I know what you guys are thinking, John, papayas are GMO. And GMO stands for genetically modified organisms, if you don't know what that means. So for that reason, I avoid pretty much all the papayas coming from Hawaii that are imported unless they're organic. The ones from Mexico and the ones from Belize, as far as I know, are a variety of papaya called the Mardol papaya. And these are the longer ones, not those little small ones. And these guys, based on my current information, are not currently being genetically modified. So I like to choose these guys. Now when picking a papaya, once again, you want to get one that has a nice color. This actually has a nice color to it. Some of the ones I got were green and just a little bit soft. And you want to especially check around the neck end or the stem end and make sure it's a little bit soft, because then it's going to be riper. A lot of times it might be soft near this end, but then this end's really hard, and then when you get to eating near this end, it doesn't taste so good. Another way I like to use these papayas, if they're not really good, because I like to eat my fruits, just whole and fresh if they taste good, but if they don't, I like to make it taste better. So if these guys don't taste good, I'll actually blend them up with some coconut water and some bananas as a nice, delicious smoothie. Next, I want to talk about some more fruits, and what we got next are some mangoes. So I got some delicious organic mangoes here, and these were an amazing deal. I got $5 for 9 organic mangoes. Man, they just don't get any cheaper than that. And these guys actually taste really good. I had about 6 for my lunch today. So, once again, mangoes are tropical. These guys are actually coming up from Peru. And, while I prefer to eat locally, I'm going to, eat the tropical fruits I need to get so that I can eat my calories and stay on my healthy diet. The majority of my calories are coming from fruits. So, yes, we've got lots of mangoes here. Now, when picking a mango, it's very important. You don't want to get necessarily mangoes that are green unless they're a variety that can be green and ripe. So the variety that comes to mind that can be green and ripe and widely available are actually called the Keats. These are actually Kent mangoes. So when you buy your Kents, you want to look for some that have actually nice color to them. This is the green one, not so ripe. This one's got some red, some yellow in there, nice color. And also you want it to be a little bit soft. One of the challenges I have had with mangoes is that, if you buy them and they're too hard and they don't have a nice color on them, they'll just kind of rot before they ripen on you. So you don't want that happening. So try to get some, at least when they got some color to them and when they're a little bit soft. Another thing I want to point out is that mangoes, whether organic or conventional, when they're imported, before they're imported actually, they have to be hot water dipped to basically kill the potential pests that are in here that can infect, the agriculture here in the United States. So, some people may not consider these guys raw, but I consider them raw and definitely a good food. Although if you do have the opportunity to get mangoes from California, and they have the California Keat mangoes that are very popular, and also Florida mangoes that don't need to be hot water dipped, I encourage you guys to get them because they're actually much better. When they do the hot water dipping, I've noticed it kind of changed the characteristics of the fruit, and it just doesn't taste the same as ones that have not been hot water dipped, and actually, they taste a lot more delicious. So that's what I got to share with the mangoes. Next, of course, besides the mangoes, a really common, winter fruit you guys may be eating are bananas. So when you're eating your bananas, I want to encourage you guys to make sure they're spotted and make sure they're ripe before you eat them, because they're going to taste a lot better. Bananas can have a high percentage of starch, and I don't particularly care for that too much. So while I do eat bananas, they're a relatively lower part of my diet if I can get other fruits. If I can't get other fruits, then, well, hey, I'll fall back on the bananas. But in particular, I'm not a big fan of bananas because actually, they're not very high water rich fruits. Some of the fruits I have can be, 90% plus water percentage. Bananas might be like it's 70. So I want to encourage you guys to eat water-rich fruits because, after all, we are creatures of water. We don't live in the water, but we are 70 to 75% water. So if we're not eating fruits, at least our water percentage, it's robbing the water from us. So these guys actually got them at local grocery store for 69 cents a pound. So that's definitely a really good deal for organic bananas. Now, one of the secrets, if you get the bananas when they're green, especially in the wintertime, and you need to ripen them up, don't just keep it in your frigid house. Bananas need a certain temperature so that they'll ripen up properly. Otherwise, they may get this funky, like gnarly green yellowish color that just doesn't go away and they just never ripen up. So you want to give them a nice temperature to live in. These guys are from the tropics, so they like tropical temperatures. So if you have it up around 70 in your house, if not, put these guys where it's somewhere warm, maybe on top of your refrigerator is warmer. Sometimes we leave these on top of the dehydrator that's a little bit warmer so that they'll ripen up properly. The other thing I like to do is actually, if they're not ripe, you need them to ripen up faster, I'll take an apple in a paper bag and put the apple in the paper bag with some bananas and seal the bag off. And these guys will ripen up a little bit better for you than just sitting in open air. So yes, temperature and add an apple to get them to ripen up faster for you so you don't have to eat those unripe bananas again. Besides the bananas we got here, we got another one of my favorite fruits that help me make it through the winter. And that's these guys right here. And you guys know what these guys are. These guys are called avocados. And it's not avocado, it's avocado. So, there's mainly one kind of avocado that you guys may know about, and that's right here. This is called the Hass avocado. That's very popular. Most stores only sell the Hass avocados, and I think that's really sad because, these only came into fruition not even that long ago compared to other varieties of avocados. So the kind of avocados I have besides the Hass, because I really don't like the Hass avocado, actually I'm holding my favorite avocado right next to me, right here, and that's this guy right here. This guy is called the Fuerte avocado, and the interesting thing is, the Fuerte is relatively a smooth skin avocado, and the Hass avocado was derived from the Fuerte tree that basically made a Fuerte with a little skin that's kind of bumpy. So the Fuerte to me has a much better flavor than the Hass, but the Hass has been selected and grown all over the place because of certain desirable qualities that it has. So, I'll eat the Hass if I can't find the Fuertes, but the Fuerte is number one. In addition, besides the Fuerte, I got some bacon avocados. Yes, these are called bacon avocados. And, I don't like the bacons too much, but they happen to be 3 for $1. And, for 3 for $1 avocados, I'll take them. The other thing about the bacons I like is actually they're a lower fat than like the Hass and the Fuertes. So yes, lower fat. Find a different avocado instead of eating less of them. Also, you can get the Florida avocados, which actually also a lower fat, more watery avocado. So yes, these are the avocados, and before I move on from the avocados, I want to let you guys know that, I don't eat a whole meal of avocados. That's like very high in fat. Although I do eat avocados with like my salad at night. I don't want you guys to be fat phobes or fat phobic, but I don't want you guys to eat too much fat either. I tend to keep my calories from fat below 25%, but I like to do the range optimally around 15%, 20 at the max is where I feel the best. So yes, you could eat some avocados and enjoy them too, and especially if you eat the lower fat ones. Now the tip for avocados that I want to give you guys is actually if you get avocados and they're not yet ripe, do not, and I repeat, do not put them in the fridge. If you put unripe avocados in the fridge, they may never ripen up. Of course, if your avocados are ripe, you can put them in the fridge to keep them ripe without going bad. So, some of these guys we got when they're actually particularly hard, and if we put these in the fridge, they would mess up the ripening process. So you want to keep these at like a nice room temperature, and especially if it's cold and frigid in your house because you're too cheap to run your heater, you want to put these somewhere where you put the bananas, You want to keep them warm so that they'll ripen up optimally. I mean, maybe even put them in a sunny windowsill. That might help you ripen them up, or maybe on top of your fridge. But you got to keep these guys warm or they may never ripen on you. Especially some of the other varieties, the Hass ripens pretty readily, but some of the bacons, and some of the other varieties have had challenges with them ripening properly, and that may be another reason why they're maybe not so popular, because they may not ripen properly all the time. We're getting near the end of sharing with you guys my fruit palace, and I still got a few more fruits to go. So let's go ahead and share with you guys these next 3. So in this box here, you're going to see I got some fruits, and you might be thinking, hey John, that's not a fruit, that's a squash. Well yes, I don't discriminate against any fruit, and squashes contain seeds, so yes, squashes are fruits too, don't forget that. So I like the butternut squash particularly because it happens to be a very sweet fruit. especially when I juice it. So normally I'll juice the butternuts, and I'll also actually spiralize them sometimes into noodles. And I like the butternuts because these guys last a long time if you get a good deal on them. I think these guys were maybe like about 30 cents a pound. They've lasted well over a month here without going bad. In addition, I have one of my own homegrown pumpkins here that I'm going to be juicing up really soon, as well as some other summer squash that turned into winter squash because they got, they grew longer than they should have. In addition, I got these guys right here, onions. So I'd be thinking, hey John, I thought you didn't eat onions, on a fruit-based diet. You don't eat onions, right? Well, garlic and onions can be irritants, but I do like to include these irritants in my diet sometimes. For number one, the health benefits, because these onions and garlic may contain nutrients in there that I need. But in addition, I don't want to exclude things from my diet. I want to include rather than exclude. So while I don't eat a lot of these, and I have about 4 onions here compared to, hundreds of pounds of other kinds of fruits, I don't want to say, oh, they're bad, I never eat them. I like to include onions and garlic maybe like once, twice a month, something like that, so I don't eat them often. Now, when you get onions to buy, I highly encourage you guys to get the sweet onion varieties. And if you're getting sweet onion varieties, the yellow sweet onion varieties, such as the Vidalia or Maui onions, tend to be sweeter than just the standard onions, and they don't have that hard bite. And actually, some of them you can almost eat like an apple. They're that sweet, but I don't recommend that either. So besides the onions here, we got a whole nother flat of the organic mangoes. These were an amazing deal, and we have them in all levels of ripeness. And before I go on, I want to talk about that. All these produce items that you have seen were pretty much purchased by the case. And as we put them out, we would actually go through them to make sure there's no bad spots, no moldy spots, actually called cull them out. And all the fruits that were bad, we took out, and we're going to juice them up. And actually, many of them already got juiced up so that they don't infect or make the other ones bad as well, because mold begets mold. So if they're moldy, they're going to spread the mold to the other ones, and you could lose your whole fruit stash. So I want to be able to keep these guys as fresh as possible. So some other ways I keep these guys as fresh as possible, because like the squash back there are going to store a while. Some of these other guys, depending on the temperature and the humidity in your area, may store longer or shorter. For example, the next thing we got here are the Granny Smith apples. And while I don't necessarily make meals out of Granny Smith apples, I did get these guys to juice, because when I make a green juice, I'll put a Granny Smith or 2 in with it to make the juice a little bit sweeter. That being said, Granny Smiths are probably one of the most tart apples, but because they are tart, they actually have a nice firm texture. And for the juicer I like to use, which is the Omega Vert, it actually works quite well. So these apples will store pretty much like this out of the fridge in a cool house, as long as you don't have your temperature jacked up to 70 or 80. These guys will keep pretty well for about a month. And, some of their citrus out of the fridge will, be good here in this climate here, probably about, 2-3 weeks, depending for some of them. Obviously, when we're going to go to eat some of the different fruits, we're going to pick out the ripest ones and eat the ripest ones first. On the citrus, we're going to pick out the soft ones first and eat those and leave the hard ones. The softer ones are more ripe, and the riper ones tend to expire faster than the unripe ones. So yes, you got to pick through your produce so that overall it can last long, but in the meanwhile you'll get to eat and enjoy them. So yes, that is the Granny Smith apples, and Granny Smith apples are really good storage apples. Now, also along the terms of saving your produce so that they can last longer if you need to. If you're buying in case quantities and you got to buy them by the case, or you can't get the discount, and that's why I buy in such large quantities and I eat a lot of it. I also want to have abundance. But if you buy in smaller quantities, actually you might want to, just leave them out and, eat them, and then go and buy more as you need to. I like to leave everything out of the fridge that I could possibly leave out, because I like to eat my foods at room temperature. Things that are frozen or things that are cold even can shock your body system and actually use more energy to digest, and they may not taste as good either, because when something's cold, it needs to be that much more sweeter to taste good. This is apparent in ice creams. In ice creams, they add so much sugar to make it taste good. That's because when it's cold, your body doesn't, recognize the sweetness as much. So yeah, so if you do buy in large quantities, you may also want to put some of the prized possessions in the fridge if they're overripe and you can't eat them at a fast enough rate. That being said, I prefer to leave my things out. Next, let's get into my most favorite fruit that's going to help me through the winter. The next fruit is the one I've been waiting to share with you guys. Actually, it's right here, and these guys are called the king of fruits. Actually, just kidding. The king of fruits is actually called the durian. This is actually called a jackfruit. Actually, I prefer jackfruit more than durians, and 1 out of 10 doctors agree that jackfruits are better. I don't know if that's true or not. But in any case, I like the jackfruits, and it's a fruit that is available here in the wintertime. These are actually grown in Mexico, and this guy happens to be 20 pounds. This guy actually tastes like juicy fruit gum. I'm not going to cut it open in this video, but be sure to check my other videos where I eat a 20-pound jackfruit. I also have another video where I'm sharing jackfruits when I go to a raw food festival, and everybody just loves it. So if you've never had jackfruit, you got to pick one up and try it. This stuff wholesale was about $1 a pound. If you're buying it retail, it can be $2, maybe $3 a pound if you're buying it cut. When selecting a jackfruit, you want to try to sniff, and it should smell like a nice bubblegum flavor. It should be nice and aromatic. The other thing you want to try to get is one that actually has a nice color. You don't want it necessarily green, and even when buying these imported, from Mexico, they're not going to be as ripe as the ones I've had in Hawaii, where literally you could just bust through the skin with your hands and just start pulling out the pods and eating them. So remember that. But so yeah, as yellow as possible, smells nice, and a little bit soft. You don't want it too hard and firm. Unfortunately, many cultures actually use the jackfruit not for the fruit, but for actually the seeds inside. They actually boil the seeds and eat them. And so, you may be buying a jackfruit that's not completely ripe, and if you get it not ripe, it's going to be particularly sticky and gooey. So to clean up that sticky, gooey mess, you're going to use some oil like coconut oil. Besides the fruits that I'm eating in the wintertime, I'm also eating other things because, we got to remember that life is more than just fruit, although I know a lot of you guys may think fruit's it. We want to eat other foods and get a diversity of other nutrients in our bodies. So that's for the reason I got these guys right here. These guys are actually called jicama. So you may have never seen jicama. This is actually a tuberous root vegetable. And these guys are actually really delicious because they're very mild. Actually, these guys are like 90% water. They are rich in vitamins A, B, and C. So that's easy to remember, A, B, and C. Also calcium and phosphorus. And these are actually high in inulin. So inulin is a prebiotic and will help feed your beneficial bacteria and microflora in your guts. So I like this guy a lot. It has a very neutral flavor and neutral taste. Just kind of tastes just really watery. I like to cut these in fry-like shapes or chip-like shapes and dip them in a guacamole or a salsa or make a nice dip for them. Unfortunately, when buying jicama for most of you guys are going to get old-ass jicama. These guys are particularly fresh, and I want you guys to look at the color on that. It's a nice, vibrant color. Now, when picking jicama, I always encourage you guys to get ones that are not cracked. Crack is an indicator that it's getting old. Also, ones that are a nice light color. Like this one's a little bit older here. You can kind of see the skin's kind of flaking off a little bit. Now, you will want to peel the skin before eating and also wash it. This is actually non-organic. It's hard to find organic jicama unless you grow it yourself. But a lot of this stuff, especially if it's shipped across country, it's not quite as fresh, and it's not going to be as good. I had a friend of mine who would always get jicama in Virginia, and she's like, oh yeah, jicama, it's all right. But when she got some fresh jicama in California, man, it was like it's so much better. Also, sometimes in California, you could also buy it at the farmer's market at the end of the summer season. It is a long season crop, so it can take a long time to grow. When I grew this, and I harvested my own jicama from my garden, it was the best jicama I've ever had. So it really lets you know the quality of some of the produce you're buying. I mean, to get the highest quality, you literally got to grow yourself. So I encourage you guys to plant some fruit trees or maybe even just some jicama vines. So yeah, that's with the jicama. Definitely really good stuff. The next food that also helps get me through the winter is a tuber or something that grows underneath the ground. And I know it's not a fruit, but you know what? I want to eat a wide variety of foods because each different food has different levels of phytochemicals and phytonutrients, and besides just the calories in the food, which many people into the raw food diet may focus on the calories, man, it's all about the calories, you gotta eat enough calories. Well, yes, you absolutely need to eat enough calories, but I also want you guys to take it to the next level and focus on the nutrition the phytochemicals and phytonutrients in the food, because those are what I believe are even more important than the calories. So, the next food I'm eating right here are these guys. Actually, these guys are actually called sweet potatoes, not to get confused with yams. So I'll go ahead and break one of these guys open so you can see it. On the inside, they have a nice orange color there. And the reason why I like the sweet potatoes for a very few reasons. So let me go ahead and show you guys a chart that I made up for you guys. Actually, this right here, you can see yams, and sometimes in the U.S., yams are confused with sweet potatoes. How you'll know if it's a yam is if you break it open, it's going to be like white on the inside. But that's from a whole different family of plants, the Discorsiae family, and that's originally from African Asia, and per 100 grams it has 118 calories, so it's actually very calorie dense. Also has about 5 grams of sugar, but there may be some toxins in yams that are not so good to eat. Next, we got the standard potato. Once again, this is a Solanaceae family, and I don't necessarily recommend you eat raw potatoes. They're from South America, and per 100 grams they have 77 calories and 0.78 sugar grams, which is not a lot of sugar. Next, we get down to the sweet potatoes, which is what I just showed you, and this is from the Convoluceae family from South America, and this has 86 calories per 100 grams, so that's pretty good, and it has 4.18 grams of sugar, so it's fairly high in calories and fairly high in sugar, and it also has some of the antioxidants that are very important, that orange coloring. We could compare that to like the butternut squash, which is what I just showed you a little while back from Central America. That only has 45 calories for 100 grams. So the sweet potato, in my opinion, because of its nutrient profile, can be eaten raw. Doesn't taste the best, but you know what? I like to juice these guys up into juice, and also sometimes shred them up into a salad. So yes, I do add some sweet potatoes. Now this is not a big majority of my diet, but I like to include things in my diet instead of exclude them. So sweet potatoes I do like to include on occasion. So next, let's get into probably one of my favorite foods that really helps get me through the winter. So the last food that gets me through the winter is these guys right here. They're my favorite. These are the young coconuts. Well, maybe not super young. These are the white coconuts from Mexico. The super young ones are these guys. These are the Thai coconuts from Thailand. So I prefer to use the white coconuts from Mexico because number one, less food miles. Less food miles equals it's fresher. Number two, these guys are actually dipped in fungicides and sulfides. And while I do enjoy these on occasion, whenever I can get these at an affordable price, I'll get the Mexican ones. So the Mexican ones usually maybe run about $1.50, $2 each. I got these wholesale, and I got the kick butt deal, 50 cents each. So actually I bought over 100 coconuts. Now the joy about the white coconuts is that they will last longer than the Thai coconuts, and that they don't need to be refrigerated like these guys, so they're not taking valuable real estate up in my fridge. So the white Mexican coconuts I drink primarily for the water. I want to encourage you guys to drink coconut water or real water from plants, and coconuts are a plant, and from fruits and vegetables instead of drinking just a standard water. I like to get my water with nutrients in it instead of just water which is H2O. The coconut water has electrolytes and also plant cytokines that, in my opinion, in my research, are anti-aging for us. So they're very delicious and actually more electrolytes than even a Gatorade. So when selecting a white coconut, what you want to do is you want to pick it up and shake it. When you shake it, you want to hear no water sloshing around. The less water that's sloshing around inside the coconut, it means it's younger. That means the water is going to taste better and the meat's going to be thinner if that's what you desire. So I like to use the meats in these coconuts that we take out the meat after drinking the water. We'll dehydrate the meats into coconut flakes, which taste nothing like the crap you buy in your health food store. The coconut shreds, coconut flakes you buy in the health food store have been defatted and probably even bleached, and they taste flat, they don't have any taste, and they'll last forever on your shelf. The coconut flakes I make in my dehydrator out of these coconuts have a nice, rich, fatty flavor, and actually, it can be challenging not to just start eating them off the tray and polish off a whole tray's worth, because they're actually high in fat, because they're that delicious. They taste so much better than the stuff you buy in the health food store, and you actually want to eat them instead of not eat them. So yes, I'm actually a coconut flake snob. Is that a good thing to be? But anyways, the other thing I like to do with the coconut meat is actually make a coconut milk out of it. I could also actually dry the coconut flakes and make my own coconut butter. I can make my own coconut oil and even my own coconut cream. And I do have videos on YouTube showing how to make those items. So just do a YouTube search to find out how I make those particular items. But to me, the number one benefit of the coconut is the coconut water. So I always encourage you guys to drink the fresh coconut water from coconuts instead of out of a packaged bottle or jar. And I do have a video that compares, fresh coconut waters to, coconut out of the packages and which is cheaper. And I found it was actually cheaper to buy the coconuts. All you got to do is pop a hole in here, stick a straw in it, and drink it. Easier than a Tetra Pak, and plus it's much fresher. I want to encourage you guys always to eat the freshest foods and highest quality foods as possible. And hopefully with this video, it'll give you some ideas on what you may want to look for when selecting certain fruits, and once again, eat a wide variety of fresh fruits and fresh vegetables in your life to ensure your life is juicy and full of fruit. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Once again, my name is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. We'll see you next time, and remember, keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables. They're the best.